Well, good morning. Or not. Someone was saying, who writes for themselves and posts it online for free? It's the same thing as saying, who writes for themselves then expects people to pay for it? I just kind of wanted to rant about that for a minute. Ignore the clothes. So they were talking about how, like, if someone actually wrote for themselves, they wouldn't put their books online for free. And me sitting here reading this, and I'm like, most of my books were online for free. I don't know why I looked at my invisible watch, but the way they kind of were saying it was like, who writes for themselves and like gives it out for free? Like, who would do that? Like, really, everyone just kind of wants the reads and votes, so like, it's stupid. And I guess that kind of made me a little mad, because I was like, no. I do admit, when I first started Wattpad, I was like, why is no one reading my books? And then I eventually was like, whatever, I don't care, I'm gonna write for myself, so I started writing for myself again, and I finished up The Vampire's Carnival, which I started writing I think it was my freshman year in high school, maybe it was 8th grade, I think it was 8th grade. So I finished that. After I got onto Wattpad, that's the first one I finished on Wattpad, and no one was really reading it, and I ended up taking it down and putting it up for sale for 99 cents, because it's the least amount I could do that I could actually make money from, because I needed to make money. Just because I want to make money off my books doesn't mean I don't write for myself and I don't write for other people. It's in the whenever I write for other people, when I say that, I do mean that I write to help people, not that I'm like, oh my gosh, well, people like this, well, people like that, oh my gosh, this is so in, so I'm gonna write it. This is what is in. I'm gonna write about it. I feel like people have gotten upset at me before because I don't have all of my books up on Wattpad, and I don't like have them all for free. And I just kind of want to clear the air about that. So one, I don't make enough money to have extra money at the end of the month. And that's a fact. And these books that I make, these ebooks, that extra $3, $2 that I get, that's something I can like put back into my books, something I can do, and I can save up and get actual copies of my own books, which I have, and I love to have them. Because then it's like, look, it's real. My dream, it's physical. And I do want to get to where one day I don't have to work and I can just sit home and write and do graphics and do book covers and, I already said write, and sing and do what I love to do and be my own boss. Like, I look at these, I know it's a weird kind of analogy, I guess. I look at these YouTubers, and they're doing what they love. Like, PewDiePie is doing what he freaking loves, and he's making good money for it, and that's pretty much the only big YouTuber I follow. But all of the other big YouTubers, they're making livings off of doing it. And yes, it's a lot of hard work, but they love doing it. And that's how I want to be. That's why I'm so glad that Wattpad has these ads now that I get revenue off of. And oh my gosh, I can't tell you how much that's helped. I can't put up my books for free, all of them. I can't put up all my books for free. Because if I do, then I won't be making that extra money that I need to make. Like, even FicFun, I took Building Monsters off of Smashwords, off of Wattpad, off of Radish, and off of, I think it was on Quotev for a little while. I took it all off because I was able to get a little extra money whenever I was going over to FicFun, and that, oh my gosh, you have no idea how much that helped. If I want to pull up another book off of Wattpad and put it on FicFun, and get paid for it, I will. I will let you know, but I will, because it helps so much. And you can even read it for free on FicFun. So, like, it's a win-win for both of us. And so is this Wattpad thing. I don't make a lot of revenue off of the ads because I don't get a lot of views a day. Like I used to whenever the 100 was like rising, but now that it's hit 1 million, I have about 380 more till I hit 2 million. By the way, since it hit 1 million, it kind of flatlined. Actually, since it hit about maybe 600k, it flatlined, and it's just going up slightly. Whereas, my followers have been doing the exact opposite. Like, it was flatlined for a while at like 5, and then it started going up, and I was like, wait, what? And that was after the 100 started flatlining. And whenever people do read my books and they go through the ads, I know they complain about them, but really what the thing is it's an ad every 30 minutes. It's not even like every chapter, every other chapter. It's you get an ad, every 30 minutes. So, like, click on that ad and watch that ad for me, please. Ugh. And now that the whole creators revenue thing is different on YouTube now, even though I wasn't making any money before, there's no way I can make money really until I get 1,000 subscribers, and I am at like 42 or 48. So I don't know. I do want to do more stuff on YouTube. I do want to do more stuff on Wattpad, but I usually bite off more than I can chew, as you can tell by me not being able to update Stop Go this week. And here I am making a video instead of writing it, but I have gotten about 200 words into the next chapter of Stop Go, and I'm actually really excited about it because it brings the Kitsune into it, and it brings the Jabberwock, and you probably have no idea what I'm talking about if you have no idea what Stop Go is, but it does, and I'm bringing in a little bit of Japanese culture, and I guess it's a folk tale from Chinese culture. And I'm kind of mushing them together in that first one, or in this next chapter. Can I just be real with y'all for a second? I feel terrible that I don't have all my books up for free. I wish I could, because I love to see how people react to them and if it changes them in any way. I know the 100 inspired a few people to start writing again, and oh my gosh, whenever they told me that, I was like, oh my gosh, that is so amazing. I got so happy. And it's just, I don't, it's like, it's a thin line. I want to help people, but I also have to help myself. And doing what I love, it's really hard to keep it going without getting any revenue in. If you want to do it for a long time, especially something like this that's time costly and costly. You know, it takes me about an hour and a half to write a 1,000-word chapter. And that's even with my 58 words per minute typing. If it's a 2,000 chapter, it takes me about 2 hours, and so on. And then if I update a chapter a week, and if there are 30 chapters, that's 30 weeks out of 54 for a year. Like, and even if I do a chapter a day and I do 30 chapters, that's still 30,000 words, so I need another about 30,000 to get 60,000, and that's 2 months taken out of my life and another month or 2 for editing. So, you can't really, it's something that I worked so hard on. I put my blood, sweat, and tears in, and I can't, give it for free sometimes. Like, building monsters, I didn't want to give that for free, because it's so deeply rooted within me, and it had so much of me in there, and it kind of ripped a part of me from me, and it became building monsters, and it put my fears in there, and my worries, and I couldn't. I had to have it. And it was only $1 too, so literally all my books are $1, except for Wiped and Grounded, because I have them up for different prices on Kindle, and so I needed to follow Kindle's rules. So, yeah. I've also been thinking recently about putting Dollhouse up for $1, and I don't know. And anyway, I've strayed way far away from the topic that I started on. Um, just because books are out for free doesn't mean they're not written for themselves, doesn't mean that the author just wants fame and fortune. Okay, fame, because fortune will not come if they're all free. But if anyone out there feels like they're not getting anywhere with their books, if they feel like no one's reading it, then just kind of shrug it off and be like, whatever. If you're writing for you, then it shouldn't really matter. I honestly don't care if people kind of read my stories. I do love it when they do, because it's like, oh, you're seeing this part of me, and it's kind of like a little bit like acceptance, I guess. Not saying that I am not accepted in any way, but I'm just saying, like, it's you're showing the deepest, darkest, and most razor sharp parts of you that you don't really show anyone else. There was something that I heard the other day from one of my coworkers. She was talking about her grandma, and she said that there was this saying her grandma would say, and it's something along the lines of, everyone has a chapter in their book they don't read aloud. The chapters in my books that I don't read aloud are actually my books. You just gotta read them between the lines. And so I think that's where I'm coming from, I guess, with this whole rant. These books are more than just pages, more than just ink, and I'm sure anyone who reads books or writes them feels the same way, unless they kind of write to keep with the trends and write to please other people. I write to help myself and to help other people, because sometimes the things we see on TV and the movies we watch, sometimes their morals and their lessons don't apply to us. A lot of them don't actually apply to me. So therefore, I make my own. Yeah. So, that's it. That's the end of the rant. I know, I went way off topic, but that's about it. So I'm just gonna go, because then I'll just keep talking, and I can't keep talking, because I'll keep talking forever. So,